Let's get started in an easy seat. Hands on our knees, spine straight, extending through the crown of the head. Let's take a few deep breaths to relax and quiet the mind and engage the soul and the physical body. Set your intention for the next hour. Why are you here? Why'd you step onto your mat in the first place? What do you hope to accomplish by being here? On our next inhale, let's extend our hands towards the sky. And on the exhale, drop the right hand down towards the ground. And reach those left fingertips up and towards the right side of the room for a nice seated side bend. Focus on keeping both sit bones rooted into the ground. Shoulders square towards the front of the room. And really extending through the left sideline of the body. On an exhale, take the right hand behind the body, left hand across, and let's come into a seated twist. Keep the spine nice and tall. On the inhale, sit taller. On each exhale, twist deeper. On our next inhale, return to center. Bring both hands up towards the sky. Drop that left hand down towards the left side. Reaching with the right hand towards the left side of the room. Shoulders square, straight spine. Both sit bones rooted firmly into the ground. Breathe into that right sideline of the body. And in our next exhale, bring that left hand behind the body. Right hand across to grab onto the left knee or thigh. Come into a seated twist. Keep that spine long, extending through the crown of the head. Deepening the twist with each exhale. On our next inhale, let's return to center. Bring those hands up towards the sky. And exhale down through heart center. Let's extend the legs and bring the soles of the feet together, bending at the knees. Come into a butterfly or lotus position. Start with the heels close in towards the hips and just grabbing at the feet. Begin to hinge at the hips. With a straight back, try not to round too much. Maintain the integrity of the spine, keeping it long and strong. If you can, use the forearms to push into the inner thighs or calves to deepen the stretch. In our next exhale, we're gonna extend the legs a little further, bring those heels out a little further from the hips. Just have a nice loose grip on the ankles this time. Now we're gonna hinge more deeply at the hips. Rounded back is fine. Bring the head. Let the head hang heavy. And just really start to open up through that back line of the body. On our next inhale, let's sit tall and begin to make our way into a table position on all fours. In this table, let's make sure that the hips are stacked directly over the knees, shoulders stacked directly over the hips. We have equal amounts of weight through both hands. Making note to especially remember to push into the pads of the thumb and forefinger with those fingers spread wide. Press into the tops of the feet as well. Take a quick glance behind you, just make sure that our feet are in line with the lower legs and they're not sickling in or out. And on our next inhale, we are going to drop the belly, lift the head, press the heart forward into a cow. And on an exhale, round through the back, tuck the hips, lower the head into a cat. Inhale back into cow. Exhale into cat. And let's do 2 more rounds of cat-cow following your own breath. On an inhale, let's bring our right hand towards the sky as we twist by pushing into the left hand. And then on our exhale, bring the right arm down across the body, weave it through that left arm, and bring the shoulder blade all the way down to the ground, finding a puppy twist. In this twist, to deepen, feel free to stem the left arm up towards the sky, possibly bring it down for a bind around the right hip or behind the back. And if we want to deepen even further, feel free to extend that left leg to help us roll even further over onto the right shoulder blade. On an inhale, go ahead and extend that arm back up towards the sky. Bring that hand back down underneath the left shoulder. Make sure both knees are firmly rooted into the ground. And go ahead and twist back up, extending that right hand towards the sky and bringing it all the way back down. And on our next inhale, let's perform the same action with the opposite side of the body, lifting that left hand towards the sky. And weaving it down through the right arm so that our left shoulder blade is on the ground, rooted firmly. And then go ahead and take your variation of whatever makes you feel as if you're working deeper into that shoulder blade. On the inhale, go ahead and extend that right arm back up towards the sky. Bring it back down so that's underneath the shoulder. Untwist, bring that left hand up towards the sky. And with both hands and knees and feet rooted firmly into the ground, let's come back into table. Once in this table, let's go ahead and just tuck the toes. Lift the hips up towards the sky, extending through the legs, finding our first downward dog of the practice. In this first downward dog, feel free to find any movement, pedaling out the legs, swaying the hips from side to side, whatever feels good. Pay particular attention to the hands so that we make sure we have weight evenly distributed in between both. Let's engage those thighs, lift those kneecaps up. Maybe have a slight internal rotation of the legs by firming up the inner thighs and the outer hips. And once in this first downward dog of our practice, once we find stillness, just take a couple breaths. And whenever you're ready, begin to slowly walk the feet up towards the hands into a forward fold. Let the head hang heavy, spine hang long. Root down through all four corners of both feet. Engage the thighs, lifting the kneecaps. And on an inhale, let's sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale through heart center, bring those hands all the way down towards our sides, palms facing towards the front of the room. And find strength in our mountain pose.